Come into the room. Come into the room. I am the H-Town Vet, and I would like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents. You are welcome. We are live. We see that people are starting to enter the room, so we're going to go ahead and get started. This video is a revision of last night's live stream that was unacceptable to me, so we're doing it again. So thank y'all for joining us. I am here. We will be following all rules and procedures and decorum on the channel. Let us know that you're here. You are welcome to announce yourself. And Betty Bob says, good afternoon. How you doing on this Friday afternoon? I'm doing wonderful. This has been a great day. Wonderful day. Glad you're in here, Sister Betty Bobs. Anybody else has anything to say? We're going to get ready to get started here. Thank y'all for joining us. We're going to save any off-topic comments for the after party, but we're going to be going over it now. So thank y'all for joining us. It's time, smash that like button. We really would appreciate that you come into the room, smash the like button. Look like everybody's doing that. Thank you. We know it's early in the day. Say you are really live. I am live right now on Friday, 11:31 Central Time. Yes, we are. She said in the chat, and I waved, I am not AI. Yes, indeed. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and we don't skin cats. Old Southern saying, all right? Let us continue. Now it's time to get on topic, family. You can greet, but no off-topic comments. They will be timed out, and if you be a problem, you're gonna be blocked. We're gonna bring you to the block party. Now, on topic. The topic for today is give me a second. I'm pulling up the topic. Get my banner up. I really appreciate your patience. The topic is, what are the VA compensation statistics based on the type of disability and rating percentage? So we're going to talk about these statistics, and we're glad that you're here. Rose City D checking in. Salute you, my brother. We're really so glad that y'all are such committed people to the channel. Rose City D say good afternoon, H-Town Vet, and salute those here. For the impromptu session. Yes, indeed. You got to always be ready. And they're speaking to each other, so let us get started, family. We're going to save the after party for last, and then we're not going to do any other segments other than the information and the after party. So let us go. Now, so when it comes to VA claims, you only have three really outcomes if you file a VA claim. Either you're going to get an approved claim, or an approval, or you're going to get denied, meaning it's an unfavorable claim, or it can be deferred. Deferred means they may need more information. They may need clarity. The DBQ may have not been complete. So these are the different things on a deferred claim. Doesn't mean denied, but it also doesn't mean it will be approved eventually. They need more information or evidence. Now let us continue. Now, in initial VA claims, this is all veterans. In initial VA claims, 75% of those initial VA claims are denied. Only 25% are approved. This is really because of the fact, some factors I believe, and you can tell me why you think initial claims are denied in the chat. Let us know. I think it could be because we're inexperienced. We don't know how to back up our claim with evidence and VA law. You have to know the relationship between your evidence and VA law, and making sure that your evidence falls within the parameters of VA law. So family, we appreciate you and thank you. Now, there's usually one or three things you have to do when it comes to claims themselves. We're not talking about the appeal process. Yes, see, Rosita D said it. Yeah, yep, no evidence, no connection. These are on direct claims. We're not talking about presumptive claims such as Gulf War illness, where if you was in the area, you're presumed to have the condition. We're talking about direct claims. Betty Bob says she agrees, yes. Now, so either you're going to get an approval, you're going to be put on hold, either through a deferment, or you in the appeal process, or they're in the process of deciding your claim. All right, there's a process. How long does that process usually take? What's the average? Anybody know what the average is right now for a regular claim or first time claim to be decided? Then there's the claim denial. And when you get a denial, they must tell you on the decision letter why your claim was denied, either for an increase or for an original claim service connection, original service connection. So it needs to be, you need to read over these documents. Now, as we said, when it comes to presumptive illnesses, such as prostate cancer, for an example, for those veterans that were in Vietnam, close to the shore, I forget which water, I think it's brown water, Navy, and those Marines and infantry Army men that were on the ground. Okay? For those two, if they develop prostate cancer, it's presumptive, it's assumed that they got it while they were in country. All right? Now, it might take a cord to Dougie a quick turnaround in 2 days. Yes, that he's saying these claims gonna be done fast, huh? Yeah, but that don't mean they're gonna be favorable, does it? Let me know how my sound is, family. I'm enjoying this. This is so wonderful. Now, listen, we're gonna go over this information because the flow was messed up last night. That won't happen again. But we're back on track. Most frequent service-connected VA disabilities. All right. So which one do veterans have the most? That's what we want you to understand here. So our sister Betty Bob says the sound is wonderful. Thank you, and you're a blessing. We're not going to be long today, but we're going to get into it And we're going to have special nights for news and VA law so we can get through the information faster. Now, let's talk about it. Top 10. Okay, so when you're dealing with it, these different conditions, they're going to fall into certain categories. So VA disability major categories. This could be cardiovascular system, your dental or oral, number 2, digestive system, number 3. Your disabilities might fall into these categories. They should, for the most part. The endocrine system, number 4. Female reproductive system, number 5. Number 6 is the urinary tract system for men and women. Number 7, mental health disorders. Number 8, muscular system. Number 9, nervous system. Number 10, nutrition deficiencies. Number 11, respiratory system. Number 12, 5 senses, and this can include hearing loss and tinnitus, some of the most popular ones, right? Number 11, skin conditions, scarring, and things like that. And number 14, immune disorders and infectious diseases. Now let's see what brother said here. He says, for increased submission on 22 June, CMP, the 18th July, decision August the 18th. Wow. Okay, they moving pretty fast. Do you have confidence in what the Secretary of the VA saying? Now, Betty Bob says, H-Town, I thought something was off last night. I thought it was just me. I stayed silent. We're going to get into it. I'm going to explain to you what happened in the after party. So if y'all want to know the juicy stuff, stay to the after party. Now, let's continue. Thank you, sister. Number 1 through 4, we're going to deal with the first 4 on the same page. So the number 1 service connection that most disabled veterans have is tinnitus. There's 3.2 million veterans that are service connected for tinnitus. And this is a sound in ear with no external source. Okay? What are we saying? Meaning it could be a ringing in the ear. It could be any other kind of noise. Anybody else has tinnitus and you hear something other than a ringing in the ear, let us know. That's number 1. Number 2, knee injuries. This could be knee injuries are the second most frequent disability that service-connected disabilities that veterans have at 2 million. Number 3 is sciatic nerve paralysis. This is, let me deal with the knees. That's limited range of motion. And as you see up top, where they're measuring in the visual up top, they're actually measuring how much limitations or how far you can stretch. The less you can stretch, the more severe it is. The stiffer it is, the more severe, the higher your rating, the more compensation. Now, number 3, sciatic nerve paralysis, 1.7 million. Some of the symptoms are numbness, pain, loss of muscle mass. And number 4, sciatic strain, 1.6 million. Range of motion problems, stiffness, spinal contours. Now, if you have any of these, we talked about them last night. Put your number in the chat if you have any of these here. Put 1, 2, 3, 4, or whichever categories you have a disability in. Service-connected disability. Let us know. If you're service-connected for tinnitus, Or if you have a claim, just put the number in there. Just put which number it is. And let me go over what our sister's talking about here. Let me get to what my sister's talking about. Now, my sister Betty Bobs says, my denial claim said I was not service connected. Okay. I submitted the one I was service connected for an increase on 9916 mouth. Had the DBQ, all the images you saw, it was MRI for dental. Now let me ask you this here. Did you have a nexus letter? Did you have the doctor do a nexus letter? See, family, we on this thing tonight, on this today. Betty Bob say, I sent 3D image and a DBQ. Everything was included for the oral surgeon. I still got denied. Was it fully developed? Let us know. Now we got our brother in here. We got my family in here, and I'm so happy. Y'all don't understand how happy I am right now. Charleston Zimmerman said, tinnitus, very high squeal. So he has a squeal. So everybody show love, our brothers in the house, but a squeal, varying in intensity, masked with music. Now, anybody has the waterfall to keep the noise down? Showing love to our brother. We don't mind y'all showing love. And we're gonna keep it moving. So these are the things. The cervical strain, dealing with the last one, like we say, that's that over to the right, you see, that's dealing with that neck. Who's ever had to wear the brace around their neck because of the cervical strain? And as you can see, the sciatic nerves runs long distances through your body. This is just one section of it. And it's really can be painful for one of my ear. Now let's see what we have. Oh boy, we are chatting here today. Now, did they do a nexus letter? Because from what you're telling us, they didn't service connect you. So you need that nexus first, sister. You have the evidence. Number one, do you have a diagnosis? We're going to get to that in a minute. But we're going to, because I got the slide for that, okay? Betty Bob say, I sent 3D images and a DBQ. Everything was included with the all surgery. I still got denied. Did the doctor diagnose you with the condition? And was it one that the VA rates, have a rating criteria for? Let us know. Charleston say tonight, I said that. I read that one. They speaking. So she say, if you are service connected, you do not need a nexus letter. No, if you already service connected, you're filing for an increase, but did you file on the right form? I'm not questioning you. I just want to make sure, because if you file on the right form, they're supposed to send you the correct form. They don't always do it. They may just deny it. Each time I am service connected. Okay. All right. For the condition that they denied you. So they denied not service connection. They denied an increase. Okay. In severity level. Did they tell you in that letter what you needed to get an increase? And was that reflective in the MRI and the evidence that you had? Because you can appeal if you already had the proper evidence in your fully developed claim. Was on your decision letter, did they list the DBQ from the outside doctor? Let us know. Now, Rose City D say, rated for cervical strain with radiculopathy of both upper extremities. Oh boy, this is serious. We're showing the lower extremity on the screen. See, family, we got time to take time with each other here. Number 5, hearing loss. Put in 5 in the chat if you suffer from hearing loss. Hearing loss. Anybody here, and we're not talking about tinnitus now, we're talking about you have trouble hearing or wear hearing aids. Put a 5 in the chat. Oh, let me get that. Let me get that because we got to get the number. Give me 1 second. Now, so when it comes to hearing loss, it's the 5th most prevalent VA service-connected disability. Hearing loss, there's 1.5, so almost really 1.6 million veterans that suffer from hearing loss. And we said, some of you said it was because you were on the ship. Let us know where you suffered from this. Me, I was in tanks. And I want to be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? Also, those artillery that was next to us during Desert Storm, they just shook my whole head. I never, and you say you were in tanks, H-Town. I ain't never heard something so loud in my life that shook me all night. Now, but we had to protect them. Now listen, so Betty Bob says she has 2, 3, 4, yes, file on the right form. In that letter, it only said you are not service connected. No, they did not state what I needed to do and did not mention the DBQ, just offer. Now, listen, if it's not listed on there and you submitted and you got proof, you can file an appeal based on the fact that they did not consider the whole medical record. And we're going to quote that law that you sent to me. Okay? I'm going to send it to you in a whatchamacallit. If you need some help, let me know, sister. We're going to get you straight, all right? And they only offered high level review, appeal, and to submit more evidence. That's it. You got the evidence. Now, Charleston Zimmerman say hearing loss is almost presumptive as most pre-9/11 no end of service hearing test. You know what? So I didn't get it. I don't know if I got a hearing test. Understandable. Do you see the wisdom that you're getting here, family? Family, we making this thing work. Don't worry. We're going to get to the after party. Thank you for your patience. Now, the hearing loss, who in here wear hearing aids? Let us know if you wear hearing aids. And I still don't know if I got an answer. If you get the hearing aids and you're service connected for hearing loss, do they reduce you? So let's say if you're 10% for hearing loss and they give you corrective surgery or they put in hearing aids, will your service connection be reduced for hearing loss? I'm asking for a friend. Now, listen, reevaluations, especially if the veteran's hearing has changed or if there are new treatments available, and we would consider hearing aids as a form of treatment. What are some of the other treatments that they offer since you suffer from hearing loss, my brother, Charleston Zimmerman, and some of the other veterans in the chat? What are some of the treatments other than hearing aids? Let us know. Number 6, post-traumatic stress disorder. 1.6 million veterans are service connected for post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm one of them. Okay? I'm one of them. And it deals with such things as your triggers and main thing, nightmares and flashbacks. This covers also MST, military sexual trauma. Now, environmental conditions, those are my triggers. Those are my symptoms. I have an adverse reaction to being around the refineries here in Houston. Emotional triggers, as we said, MST, somebody touching you, standing too close to you, the smell of a certain perfume or cologne, certain settings, smells. I can't stand burnt things. It reminds me of burnt people, bodies. Now, especially burnt flesh, I will crash out. Now, news reports, things about war, about violence. I can't really watch the regular news. So this is the 6th most prevalent service-connected disability. All right, let's talk about it. Family, we getting this thing done. Listen to what my brother said. I am at 0% before hearing aids, service-connected, so I can't go any lower. I want to know somebody who's been that's 10% for hearing loss and they got the hearing aids, whether or not they reduced them. You ain't got to dry snitch on yourself if you don't want nobody to find out. But you know, if they kept it, if you want to say, let us know. Now, Betty Bob says this, H-Town, let me get it where I can see the full screen here for a second. Say, H-Town, I do need help, and I know the law I sent you. You know, you got to what? I ain't got to calm down for. I don't know what you're talking about. Denied me. Hold on. What you mean I have to calm down first? I'm chill. Denied me 11 days. My chiropractor did my migraine secondary to my cervical spine. What I got to calm down for, sister? I'm chill. You think I'm gonna be upset about your claim or something? Let's continue. And let us move forward, family. Now, here we go. And let's keep the statements on topic, okay? That's the big problem why trolls come in here, because y'all get off topic talking about stuff that's not relevant. Now, when it comes to let's see what sister says here. She said, I am service connected. Oh, you say I need to calm down. You're gonna be all right. That's why I just clarified. Now you're okay. Look, you're gonna be all right, because what I'm gonna do is help you. I helped somebody else. I don't know if it was you I helped. They told me what the situation was and I broke things down for them. Might have been you. We're gonna get this and we're gonna work it out. Don't worry about it, sister. Now, here we go. Let's see what your statement was, and we'll get to it. Let's finish this information up here in a minute here. We'll get to the other questions. We're going to try to stay with what we got, but we're going to get to your last statement over there. Remember, mental disorders, you can't pyramid them. You can't, I'm going to get service connected for obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, and major depression because I'm diagnosed with and service connected for both. I'm service connected for delusional disorder, bipolar disorder, and PTSD. No, they're only going to pay you for the one that's the most severe. I am diagnosed and service connected for 2 other conditions, but they only pay me for post-traumatic stress disorder because it is the most severe, and the other ones are contributors. They contribute to my PTSD, and you will see on the form that they interact in ways that the doctors say they can't separate them from my PTSD. Oh yeah, we gonna make sure you straight. We gonna get to that. Give me an email and we're gonna talk about it, okay? Because I'm gonna need you to send me some images of some things. No personal information on it, but we'll talk behind the scenes. Now, no pyramiding, no stacking all of them together. Mental disorders are different. Now, personality disorders, you cannot get rated for. So if you got out of the military on a personality disorder, they're saying that's something that you got as from your family, your environment growing up. It developed in childhood. Do not want to get out on a personality disorder. Help somebody get over that. extreme weight loss. If you've had issues with extreme weight loss, sometimes it could be related to your mouth, the injury in your mouth. You can't eat properly. Or it could be because you have anorexic, and you're anorexic, or bulimia, where you stuff your face with a lot of food and you purge yourself. And it could be the medication that causes us to gain weight too. We're going to talk about it. Major disorder. What is it called? MDD. These are some of the things that some of us suffer from. Mine is not circulating. Panic attacks. And now, we said this last night. If you suffer from panic attacks, put a PA in the chat and give me in a week's time what's the high end on that you've when it comes to panic attacks you've had in 1 week, the most in 1 week. I'm trying to remember mine. And PA for panic attack. H-Town is at, I think, 7, almost 1 a day, but all of them didn't happen one day apart. But I've had panic attacks, yes, indeed. 7 in at least a week. One of them is like 2 or 3 in a day, and sometimes more. You know, it depends on the situation. So panic attack once a week. So that's how they measure the severity. The more often, the more severe your condition. But that's just one factor. It's not just how often you have it. That's the frequency. It's how long it lasts when you do have it. And how does it impact your personal life and your work life? Come on, family. Can we talk about it? Now, Betty Bob says panic attack used to be almost every day. Lord, sister, that's really hard. Fear of going outside, not trusting the outside, thinking you will be harmed and it's dangerous out there. Just doing simple, going to the mailbox and checking the mail or anything can have a powerful effect on people. Now, fear of insects, animals, fear of the number 13, fear of certain tools. Who has a fear in here? I've been trying to figure out what my fear is. I think I have a fear of centipedes. It don't scare me. They just gross me out. Centipedes. I do know something like crawling things like that. Runs me crazy. I don't like snakes. I'm somewhat afraid of them, but I'm a Southern man, so I've been around all kind of snakes. But snakes, yeah, but no. Centipedes, them things with all them hundreds of legs, bothers me. What is your phobia? Let us know. Family, we doing this thing. Claustrophobia, all right? Who is claustrophobic? Put CP in the chat. If you're claustrophobic, you suffer, you don't like being in enclosed spaces. H-Town, definitely. And what is it, elevators? Is it bother you in vehicles? If it's windows, do you feel more comfortable? What kind of confined space will cause you to, have panic attacks and to feel, overwhelmed? Let us know. Now listen, we have our brother here, Charleston Zimmerman says, I remember when I was working in 2016 after a panic attack, I'd be drained, energy sometimes, couldn't drive home from work. Oh boy, man, you have that. That's the kind of stuff you describe to your doctor when you getting that CMP exam or that outside DBQ done, disability benefits questionnaire. Couldn't drive home from work, pulled over and slept for 2 to 3 hours. That's serious. Drained. That's serious. It was interfering with your daily life. Now, Betty Bob say CP. All right. Claustrophobia. Okay. Will not get in that enclosed MRI machine. Now, what did they have to do? Because you wasn't willing to get in the enclosed one. I never been in one, and I don't think I'd like it because I have a fear of being somewhere up under something suffocating. That I'm in a cramped space. I have bad dreams like that because I was in a tank doing, Desert Storm, and once I saw what it did, these big projectiles do to the enemy's tank, it really messed with me because we had people that if it caught on fire, they didn't get out in time, and it's not just the burning, it's that it takes all the air out, and if you don't get out, you'll suffocate. So that's always been an issue with me. Now, yes, do you request an open MRI machine? And for those that are watching recorded, we need you to realize if you have some type of panic condition, don't let nobody trivialize it. You hear me? You let them know you want to be properly accommodated. Do they have an MRI machine that's open if you're claustrophobic so you don't feel trapped? Because that could cause some type of heart problem if you don't. Now, thoughts about the traumatic event or events. Okay? So when you're having thoughts about the traumatic events or events and they consume your mind, you're having constant thoughts. The more thoughts you have and the more they disrupt your daily life that you can't function properly, you need to let them know the more severe the condition is. Now, for those that are coming into the room, you are welcome. We thank you for being here. We're going over the information. We stay on topic right now, but we're glad you're here. Betty Bob's to my face. Wow. Okay. Was it like that? Now, PTSD, other things to consider. Suspiciousness, hypervigilance, always checking the locks. Who in here check the locks? Put a lock emoji in the chat, or put a lock or a key, the word key or lock in the chat. Put a lock emoji or door emoji in the chat if you always checking them doors. Brother Joseph Price, my FBA brother. Hey, brother. Hey, vets. Yes, indeed. Now, this brother, I didn't have to tell him no rules. He's been here for a long time, as y'all know. I know him from another channel. He don't sit and call out my name. He respect my name here because I don't want to be confused. You get what I'm saying? I go by something else over there. Uh-oh. Let me ask you this here. How bad does it get when it comes to them locks? This is my confession. My chick on the side got one on the way. Uh-oh. Hold on. That's Usher's song. Listen, it's so bad for me. I'm going to ask y'all a question. I'm not talking about your exterior house. You need to be honest with me. How many of your interior doors have locks on them? How many of your interior doors of your house or apartment? 1, let me count mine. 2, 3, 4. This the interior doors, not the ones leading to the garage or outdoors to the front of the house or the back of the house. How many? So I got 4 interior locks. Is that too many? Now I got about 20, 30, 25, 30 doors, but some of them closet doors. Is that too many? Now, Betty Bob say, hello, Joseph Price. He's saying love. Yes, indeed. And Betty Bob says locks. How many, family? And see, we need to do early live streams like this here, and we'll still do the ones in the evening so everybody be able to catch up. I have 4. Charleston has 2 interior locks. Let's talk about it. Obsessive compulsive disorder. Another part of PTSD, we have these rituals to calm ourselves down from the panic attacks, from getting worked up. We might excessively check the doors. We might have certain rituals. We might get out of the bed certain way. I had a habit after I got back from Desert Storm, I would sleep. I don't know why I did it, and I'd like to apologize to my aunt, because I terrified her when she came and she said, I want to sleep. I ain't sleeping in the bed. She said, well, lay on the couch. She came back. I was on the other side of the couch on the floor, but I felt more comfortable there. I didn't want to disrupt nobody. I just left, Southwest Asia. Betty Bob say 2 interior locks. So H-Town is horrible. I didn't went too far. What obsessive thing do you do? Now, I'm kind of obsessive with washing my hands. I'm kind of obsessive with, I'm trying to think of things that I'm checking the door sometime. What some of your OCD traits that you have? Watch our video on obsessive compulsive disorder. It's on our library. Now, this is the one, y'all, family. So now we're talking about PTSD being the 6th most rated disability. And now why it's less percentages, it's less steps to 100%. It ain't easy getting to 100% because you must meet the mental health rating criteria, which is pretty much the same for PTSD and other mental health disorders, okay? While there is a separate DBQ for PTSD and the ones for mental health and other, for PTSD is one DBQ, Disability Benefits Questionnaire, and there's another one for depression and other mental health disabilities. So the ratings that they're saying that I don't know if they've done it yet, they're only going to be 5 ratings for mental health. 10% rating, 30% rating, 70% rating, and 100% rating. So if you have 100%, not 100%, if you have 70% for PTSD, guess what? The next step, if you get any severity, will be 100%. You're gonna need at least one symptom at the 100% level. Number 7, arm injury. Arm injury, there's 1.2 million arm injuries. Now, who think the VA kind of fudged these numbers? Do you trust the numbers? If you trust the numbers, give me the percentage. Trust being a 100% and halfway trust them 50%. You pick your percentage. If you don't trust these statistics at all from the VA, these are actually from the VA. If you don't trust them, put 0 or a lower number. Let us know. Now, number 4, arm injuries. This is going to be from your shoulder, connecting to your shoulder, all the way down to your hand. Now we're starting at the hand. You can get several injuries with your hands. Me loading that round into that breech. You could actually get your hand cut off if you ain't careful, or you can get it, the recoil could hit it and injure it. So he said, Charles Zimmerman said 0%. I hear you. Now let us continue, family. Then it can not just be your hand, it could be your wrist all the way up through your elbow, the injury. And you need to have the doctor, say, y'all don't trust nothing. They said -100. Oh, Betty Bob, y'all just making my day. We gonna have to do it. Y'all let me know if y'all have some good days y'all like to do a live stream during the day. We'll make them shorter and on off days from the other ones. We'll keep it short in case y'all have other things y'all want to cover, since there's a lot more people in the evening live stream. Let us know. Now, in the last place is the shoulder, where the arm connects to the socket there. Now, this could also be, I wonder would arthritis fall into this category, but injuries of torn tissue or any socket problems. Now, remember, the common thing over and over is with the conditions that's the most rated or those that need to be measured. It's easy to get a simple rating or severity level based on the range of motion. With mental health, you got to go into more detail, and the doctor has to make a medical opinion. Let's talk about it. Now, remember, when you go into the doctor with your range of motion, you stop when you can't move it no far. Now, I don't know if pain is a what do you call it? He said, "Hey, H-Town, daytime." Yeah, I might do that. Now, range of motion for your shoulders too. Range of motion. Now, listen. All parts of your body, whichever ones have a limited range of motion, and you believe that is related to your military service, you need to file a claim. Get the proper DBQ to see if you match the symptoms. See, because all you have to do is let the DBQ, the disability benefit questionnaire for your condition, be the one that tell you which way to go. Now let's see what it says. So look what it says. Betty Bob says, H-Town, I feel more comfortable now where I can talk to you and no one pop. I don't know. Yeah, people popping up you don't know. I feel very comfortable here. This is so relaxing. I feel like I'm in my Zen mode. Oh man. The more motion you got, the less severe your condition is. I feel the same way, Betty Bob. Number 8, another one dealing with the range of motion. Anything that moves, like your joints, they're gonna do range of motion. So the 8th how about to say this? The 8th most service connected disability is ankle injuries. Now understand, all of them don't have 100% rating. That's why I've dealt with different aspects. When it comes limited range of motion for your ankle, marked is 10%. I mean, moderate is 10% and marked is 20%. That means you're really severe, but that doesn't sound like much. That's a few $100s. All right. Now, scars, burns, second-degree burns in particular. So scarring from shaving, scarring from injuries in service, chemicals that you were exposed to. Come on now, fam. Let's talk about it. And sometime when it comes to scarring, the VA will pay you more for scars. Hold on. Did I say how many? Give me a second. I didn't say how many veterans had the scarring. Hold on. And first I gotta do it with the there are for number 8, there are 1.1 million people with service connected for ankle injuries, disabled veterans. That don't mean they don't have multiple injuries. Then when it comes to the scarring, that's 1.125 million, a little less when it comes to scarring and second-degree burn, as you can see a picture down in the right-hand corner, and trying to upset nobody. Now, Charles say, Betty Bob's, you like daytime, H-Town, the VA, I mean the TV soap opera drama. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna say the drama for my baby mama. Now listen, Charles say, go, got to go, family. Take care, brother. So glad you came in support. Man, I feel so good that you come through. Whenever you're able to make it for a little while, I appreciate it. Pop in. Now we got scars. We were talking about scars and how many it was, a little over 1.1 million. And these can be scars that are not visible, but for the ones that are more visible, like on your neck or your face, you get a higher rating for visible scars. Now, when it comes to face, like we say with your face, the more visible your injuries or the what do you call that, acne and different things is, and it can't be treated, the more severe your condition is. Now I never heard of this, but this is one, dermatitis. This one, it seems to be something almost like a rash in his dry skin. Then Betty Bob say, see, oh, he said, got to go take your family. Betty Bob say, Charleston Zimmerman. Okay. And then Betty Bob say, see you later, Charleston Zimmerman. That's what family do. Okay. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh. Give me a second. I did something here. Family, I think I just nodded out on the live stream. Now, look. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it here. There we go. Now, here we go. Eczema. Eczema is serious. And they say, see you later, Charleston Zimmerman. Family, it's so calm and nice today. I love being here with y'all. We got 10 people in here. Now, reevaluating the severity of scarring as they can change. So the scarring can change over time in terms of size of the scar. This is what they rate you for. The pain that's associated with the scar and the functional impact the scar has on your life. Come on now. Now, number 10, 1.109 million people suffer from migraines. If you have migraine headaches, some of you said it last night, put you put MH for migraines in the chat. If you suffer from migraines, put M for migraines and H for headaches. If you suffer from migraine headaches, let us know. Now, Betty Bob says 6 likes and 11 watching. Smash them likes, people, as you come into the room. Some of you might just be in here to be nosy. Saying, uh-oh, what are you up to? Now, after we deal with the service-connected disability, mental health, where tinge lens. Okay. Now, let's deal with the other part, the VA compensation, family. We talked about what conditions are most likely to be service-connected. Rose City D still in the house. But I like that new, do y'all like that new, that little thumbnail he got, that avatar right there? And he's saying, I'm letting him say it to him. I ain't going to read it. But I just put it up on the screen because I'm glad y'all here. Now, VA compensation is the second one. What percentage? We went over it last night, so y'all really kind of know. What percentage is most veterans, the most frequent that veterans have? What percentage? I can barely see it. What can you barely see? Is something wrong with my screen or what? Tinted lenses, okay. And when we're dealing with VA compensation, we're not just dealing with the percentage, but how that percentage affects how much money you get from the VA. And I had an X do it. I shouldn't have put an X. And the benefits that come along with it also, whether it's death benefits, medical benefits, and housing benefits. And many of this can be done at the state level too. Rose City, better about to say Rose City D. Avatar. Oh, can't see Rose City D avatar. What is it, Rose City D? It look like is it a city? What is your avatar? It's nice, but it's running me crazy because I can't figure out what it is, my brother. These secrets are killing us. Now, remember, once you get a diagnosis and a nexus, a service connection, that is. The only thing you need is a measure of the severity level of your condition. So we say that's called the severity assessment that's done at the VA, dealing with the ratings based on the rating schedule. It could be how frequent the symptoms are, how long the symptoms last, the duration, the impact on daily life of the symptom, and the impact on work life. Come on now. So what indicates if you that you qualify for a certain percentage is based on the evidence through symptomology. Now, so basically, you get paid by percentage, and the highest pay right now for 100% for the veteran only is $3,831.30. And we may get a small increase from what I'm hearing, may get an increase this year. We'll know, I think, by October. So now let's deal with the percentages now. If you have a 0% rating, you are part of a group of less than 1%, only 0.11% of veterans have a 0 rating. That surprised me when I learned this. Okay, 14.64% of disabled veterans have a 10% rating. All right. And 6.2% of disabled veterans have a 20% rating. Let me know if I'm saying it right. Let me know. Give me a second, family. I'm going to go do something. So be patient with me. I'll be right back. Let's see what we got here. Be right back. I won't get my little water situation together because I ain't want it rattling. I like ice in a cup. So thank you for your patience. Now, as I was saying, 6.2% of disabled veterans have a 20% rating. Is that low, high? Say, okay, no problem. Now, 5.6% of disabled veterans have a 30% rating. I thought, and many of us thought that the lower ratings would be the ones that most veterans have. Not the case. 40% of disabled veterans, 5.92% of disabled veterans had a 40% rating. Come on now. Now, when it comes to 50%, this totally shocked me. I thought at least 40 to 70% of veterans would have a 50% rating. No, only 4.78% of disabled veterans. And this research was done in 2024, last year, and covers last year. Now, listen to what our sister Betty Bob says. H-Town, those ratings are way too low. VA is just lying. And another thing that's a factor, the reason I didn't put gender, because a whole bunch of people are not putting their gender down, so the results will be skewed on how many men and women get rated for disabilities. So I had to just keep it as veterans overall. I agree. This sounds suspicious, sister. So now, 7.50% of disabled veterans have a 60% rating. Now, 9.10% of disabled veterans have a 70% rating. So it's going up a little bit. Now, what did our sister say here? She said, VA, those ratings. Oh, you told me that. Let me see. Don't let me go back. I don't want you to go back nowhere. We want to make sure you keep going forward. Now, 80% ratings, 9.94% of disabled veterans have an 80% rating. Now, 10.38% of disabled veterans have a 90% rating. But the issue is that with that 90% rating, you're real far from 100%, even though you're right next door. It's hard to get from a 90% to 100%. You'd almost have to have 100% rating in a new element. Now, number 10, the ultimate prize, and we said this is the number one here. 25.87% of disabled veterans have a 100% rating. Now, understand this here. This 100% rating is not broken down by temporary ratings or permanent ratings. So it includes all of them. I don't know what the internal breakdown is. Now, here we go. Temporary ratings is a temporary fix. You remember back in the day, you had that car, you had to use that duct tape and them zip ties to keep it going. Now, Betty Bob says, H-Town, let's not go by race. Okay. Did they go by race? Let's not go by race. Wow, because you do that, boy, that'd be a whole nother can of worms. Now that, man, I ain't know gender and race. Yeah, that's something else. Now, temporary ratings, for those that don't know, many people say there's 5 different type of VA ratings, 10. There's only 4. There's temporary 100%. And the overall ratings, there's temporary 100%, 100% permanent total. IU was individual unemployability, and TDIU, which is total disability, individual unemployability, which is a permanent status. Now let's see what you're saying here. I think majority of that 25% may be IU or TDIU. So you're thinking a lot of them is based on unemployability or their temporary rating. Anyway, they plan on clawing their money back. Now, Betty Bob say, you are doing a survey. Yes, indeed. So the 2 temporary is temporary 100% and IU. Let's see what we got here. Now, understand with temporary ratings, the condition is dynamic, meaning it jumps up and down and fluctuates. That's why they have to go back and reevaluate you, because they're saying it's a good chance that your condition may improve. Huh? Now, with improvement ahead, this is for a temporary 100%, which you have to go in for a reevaluation every 3 to 5 years, or it could be individual. Oh, no. Temporary 100% correction. That's the one where let's say you have corrective knee surgery, and that for about 4 months or so, they have you housebound. Now, individual unemployability, that's the one that they won't reevaluate you in 3 to 5 years to see if your condition has gotten better. Now, listen to what our sister Betty Bob say. When you are doing a survey, they asked for a race. I never fill out. I never fill those out. I feel That everything. Okay. Now, so these are the four most common uh, categories of disabilities that they will reduce you. These are most common. They call you in for a reduction. Number one, a temporary. These are mainly if they're considered temporary. Mental health conditions. Number two, musculoskeletal system. Number four, respiratory conditions. Number five, auditory issues. So when you're dealing mental health conditions, it could be PTSD or depression, or you could suffer from both. And they're dealing with musculoskeletal, it could deal with back pain, joint problems. Okay. Now, the next one is respiratory conditions like asthma and sleep apnea. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen somebody get into the military and suffer from sleep apnea? Let us know. Number four, audio issues, hearing noises, tinnitus. Now let us continue. So when it comes to permanent ratings, there are two. There is a 100% permanent total, a scheduler rating, and then there is a TDI. There's a how can I say? There's IU. I mean TDIU. That's total disability, individual unemployability. Now they have work restrictions or limitations, and you have to work under the poverty level, just like with IU. Now, remember, when a condition is permanent, it may not be permanent. If it's a permanent rating, it may not be permanent at the 100% level. It may be permanent at the 10% level, like you see on this VA code sheet. Now, when a condition is permanent, it is static and not likely to improve. Now, let's see what our brothers say here. Rose City D said, a buddy of mine is 100% permanent total, but his wife is 100% TDIU. I know a lot of people don't say they have PTSD, but I heard quite a few veterans say it anyway. Yes, indeed. You got to watch what you say to people. Now, remember, when it says permanent, that just means not likely to improve. That doesn't mean that it's unchanging forever. Come on, family. And remember, the VA can always choose to take you in to get you reevaluated. You have to fight it based on the fact that they have no legitimate reason to do so. So they're not supposed to, permanent positions, they're not supposed to be evaluating, like ankle injuries, problems walking, and things like that. But as you can see, 60% of this study, they were going after, let me see, like, so 60%, about 1,901 of them in this study that they did, the Office of Internal General. You can look at the report. It was done March the 16th, 2023. Now, for some reason in the daytime, it looks a little blurrier. All right. Now, go look at the report, learn something from that, and we'll help you if you need any other information. Now, and watch our video, because there are factors that affect 100% permanent and total rating. Watch our video where we discuss the 6 factors that affect 100% permanent total rating. Now, look, he said, Now let's see. We read that one. Like if you commit fraud and somebody call you in on that VA snitch line, push the button. Let's get paid. Or another one out of the 6, I ain't gonna give you all of them. If you are incarcerated on a felony crime for 60 days or more. Family, remember, the compensation is very important and how you calculate it and whether you have children or not. And another thing you got to consider when it's dealing with it, that permanent total, is this is one of the identifiers when your dependents qualify for Chapter 35 educational benefits or CHAM VA healthcare benefits. And what do you call this here? DEA, the DEA program dealing with the Chapter 35 for educational, they're going to give the qualifying dependent money straight to them, but they have to verify that they're in school when it comes to college. In Texas, they offer a total tax exemption if you're 100%, no matter where your house is. And if it's a unit that you live, like you have a duplex you own, if you live in one side, another person live on the other side, you go. Then we have parking. I love the parking. Now, okay, hold on. Y'all, I've been up. Let me see. So here we have parking. Do y'all have free parking where you at for disabled veterans? Do you have your DV license plate? If you have DV plates, put DVP for DV plates. If you have, you ain't got to tell us what they are. If you have disabled veteran plates or any type of veteran plates, let us know. Now, remember, whenever you're filing a claim for an increase, many of us often experience VA claim anxiety, thinking that we're going to be reduced. DV plates, I have them on my vehicle. Now, also watch our video. Please watch and live stream on temporary ratings, 5-year rule, 10-year rule, P&T ratings, and 20-year rule. They're very concise. So our sisters say, just have handicap tag. I hear you. They get you where you need to.